Sweet, man. I got my little coffee here. Cool. I should have grabbed you a refill.
It's all. I think I'm fine with one. I think for today at least.
Sweet.
Yeah.
But get some mic. I guess I could. Here, tap it. Test. I can't hear anything.
Yeah. I was gonna say I don't know how
it's not up like that. Yeah, no, it's good.
It was like dum, dum, dum.
I've used this thing. I've used it like 12 or actually not like 12 times. I've used it quite a bit, and you can't like tell, but usually it seems like it's good. I just talk right into it, and it's usually fine.
Okay.
So yeah, cool. This is the first time I've had a video.
Mm-hmm.
It's always been audio, so now they get to see my face, and people are like, "I know what this motherfucker looks like."
Episode
13.
Yep.
I brought a guest, as you can tell. I'll give him a little introduction. He's a good friend of mine. He's just a good guy all around. He's somebody who is a musician. He's the lead guitarist of Drain, California hardcore to the max. This is Cody Chavez. Cody,
what's up, guys? How you guys doing?
welcome.
Oh yeah.
I'll shake your hand.
Got to switch hands.
Switch hands. Welcome. Yeah. A little backstory with me and Cody is that I owned a business called Calavera Coffee. Cody moved home during COVID and came in every day and got an iced coffee, real polite like. And one day just came in and was like, I wanna see if you guys would hire me. And all my staff, all these, young kids were just like, you know what? He's nice. Let's do it. And I was like, fuck yeah. So we hired you. And then COVID kind of took a turn for the better.
Yeah.
They started opening up venues and events, and you guys were able to tour, and you took off and you never looked back.
Dude, yeah.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, my name's Cody. Play guitar and Drain, like he was saying. And I am a 831 local here. Born in Hollister. And grew up in Salinas. And now I live here in San Juan Bautista.
Fuck yeah. You got a legendary grandfather too.
Oh yeah. Yeah, my grandpa. Yeah, I love him so much. He's one of the coolest people on earth for sure. And like he's got so much like, for lack of a better term, like lore around him that like is just so like it needs to be like preserved and it needs to be talked about more. And I feel like yeah, I'm also just like a big history buff too. So
is it cool if we delve into Grandpa and where he's from?
Of course.
So if you guys don't know, San Bernardino County has it's a pretty big county, but not a lot of people for how big it is.
Mm-hmm.
There's a little area called New Hydra, and New Hydra is way south of the county near what's called San Bernardino Mountain. And Cody's grandpa is from there, and there's not too many people who can say that they're from there because that place has been since shut down by the EPA because it has high levels of mercury in the water. So the water out there looks orange. And it was a mercury mining town. They used to mine cinnabar out there. And your grandpa's from there. That's fucking nuts.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have like the correct like story. I mean, I kind of do, but like, so I just know that his dad hopped a train from Mexico in like 1915 or 16 or something like that. Hopped a train with his buddy all the way to here. Damn. And then started a family. And then my grandpa was born in New Hydra. I want to say, I always get it mixed up. It's either 1929 or it's 1931.
I think he said 31.
Or when he was, okay. That would make sense because then that would make him 20 and 50, 51. And I think he joined the army when he was like 19 or something. So anyway, but yeah, that's what I know from that. And I definitely got to like rebrush up on the story from him. But yeah, I think that's what it is.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I talked to him for a little while because I house sat for you guys, for your mom, take care of Charlie. I think I felt bad. I snuck up on your grandpa. I walked in the door and he just kind of like looked out of his room like, what the fuck? Because I was like, hello, come in peace. I'm here to check on the cat. But no, he's a cool dude.
Yeah.
He's a very interesting guy. I have grandparents that are like a little bit younger than him, but they're gone. So speaking to an older person who's been around for a while, it's pretty cool because I don't get to talk to older people like that. And your grandpa knows so much. It's fucking cool because when I went to the house, he's like, Cody's friend. I was like, yeah, I used to own the coffee shop here in town. He goes, oh, yeah. And I was like trying to explain to him like my grandparents and like who, because my grandparents also like lives there. And he was like sitting there and all I had to do is tell him like my grandpa used to, he had a sister who did this and that. And your grandpa's like, oh, He was like, I think I know who that is. And I was just like, yeah, probably not on like the best terms, but I'm just like, yeah.
Oh man.
But he knew, and he's got a long like he's got for like how old is he? 94.
Yeah, he's 94.
For being 94, he's got like an extensive memory that I'm just like blown away by because I'm just like, dude, I can't even. There's people I know that are like 60 and they're like, what? Yeah. And your grandpa's like 94. He's like, no, I did this, and this year I did this. I'm just like blown away.
Yeah, that is what's so amazing about him is that he's always had a really good memory. He still does, like you were saying, and he's also very active for his age too, which is insane. Like there's times where, because he lives with my mom and my mom's husband, and where he works is just basically down the street from them, and it's a very very short walk. But like my mom usually takes him. It's either that or my uncle Frankie will take him to work sometimes. But there's also times where he'll insist on just walking.
He refused to ride. I asked him,
Yeah,
I was like, do you want to ride to work tomorrow? And he was just like, what? No. He looked at me like, dude, no.
yeah. There's even been times where like my mom had something to do, and she would ask me, Cody, can you take him to work? And then I would call my grandpa, be like, oh, I'm gonna pick you up. Like, oh no, don't worry about it. I'm gonna walk. And it's just crazy that, well, I shouldn't even say crazy. It's just it's amazing to see that because not a lot of people his age can even do that. So yeah,
he walks to work and then walks home, rocks his Godzilla tee, and then just watches cowboy movies. It's fucking cool.
That's crazy because he was literally. I went there a couple days ago to my mom's because his TV went out, so then they bought him a new one, and I had to go over there and like help my mom's husband hook it up and everything. So we're in his room. He was wearing the Godzilla. It's like 2 days ago. Yeah, he loves that.
Sure. It reminds me of going to my grandpa's house because my grandpa used to get super stoned.
Mm-hmm.
Like he would be real high. And I'd walk into my grandma's house and I'd be like, where's grandpa? And she's just like looking over at the couch. Like she goes, I don't know. He's over there somewhere. My grandma was like an Arkie, like from Arkansas. My grandpa was just some older Mexican dude who like spoke English and Spanish, but you never understood what he was saying. Mm-hmm. He'd just be over there stoned. And I look over, I'd be like, hey grandpa. And he would straight up just like look at me and just go.
Yeah, dude.
It's like, what are you watching? He's all, man, fucking check it out, man. Just like Chuck Norris, he watched like Walker Texas Ranger, and I walk over and go. It's crazy, but I miss talking to my grandpa. So it was cool to hang out with your grandpa that one day. That's cool. Dude, tell everybody a little bit about yourself. Give us who is Cody Chavez, dude?
Well, shoot, I'm 31 years old. Like I said, been here most of my life, just in the 831 area. Lived in LA for a little bit, but lived in Santa Cruz too. So yeah, mostly like 98.5% of the time it was been here. And I played in a band called Drain. I played guitar for that. And yeah, it's basically like what we do. We tour around the world and stuff, and that's just like our career, at this point. And yeah, I love music, and I these days I like to like keep to myself a lot. I mean, I like popping out every now and then, if there's a cool event or something, with some homies and stuff. But I mean, a lot of the times, like I'm very, very like homebody. Just I like to do my little thing, and so yeah, just very, very chill life. And then when I'm out touring, and then when I'm home, I'm usually just home, and that's really about it.
Yeah, man. You guys tour. Sometimes you guys are on the road for like a month. You guys will be gone for like 5 weeks. Like you'll leave and you'll come back after 5 weeks, and like my brain's always like, damn, like that's exhausting. Like it's probably really fun, but like, what do you think is like tough about being on tour and traveling? Like, is it the emotional? Is it the physical, the mental? Like, is there ever a time where you just like there's a show coming up that night and you're just so tired that you're just like, oh god.
Well, I also that's crazy. Do you see that?
What?
It was like a wasp. Like, oh yeah, it's like, you see that?
Oh fuck! Oh, what the fuck is carrying?
It's
carrying. Oh shit! It's carrying a spider web.
Yeah, I doubt
he got caught in a web.
I doubt you could see that from the camera, but
the spider almost got him. He broke free.
Yeah,
that never happens, dude.
I got to spray down with that. But anyway, so the question was,
yeah, like what's kind of the like? So if you're on the road and you're traveling a lot, it's got to be mentally exhausting. It's got to be emotionally tiring and physically tiring. But like, what's the thing that probably is the hardest for you to kind of battle through? You're pretty resilient. All you guys are pretty resilient when it comes to that stuff. You just power through and have fun. But like, I'm sure it has to be tiring.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely is tiring. I feel like especially if we go like somewhere international, like always coming back from like a different time zone and just being in airports and stuff. I mean, that'll tire out anybody, but I feel like we've gotten used to that lifestyle, at this point. But For me, I feel like I these days I feel like I struggle with sleep a lot, and like that like sleep my sleep has definitely been affected greatly by touring, and it's not like a humongous deal, but it's just like also like I do actively try to get my sleep schedule on track all the times. Sometimes it'll be back on track, and sometimes it won't be, and it'll get thrown out of whack of just one night of me being up till like 2 a.m. or something. So that's always a constant battle these days.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, I can't. It's and it's also touring for us now is a lot different than it was before. From going from like a little shitty van, and we're just kind of all sleeping in it and just kind of like huddled together and
Just feel like cut a mattress and like fit it into the back of a van just so you could sleep on it.
yeah, that was that. So we had this van that Tim bought, and it was I don't know how much it was just and we called it Shelby. That was the name of the van. So we had Shelby, and then you open it from the side, and then there's like a little like area between the front seats and then like the back seats, like just like a big old spot. And I had the idea, I was like, well, at the time I was like moving somewhere, so I was getting a new mattress. And I was like, what if we just took my old mattress and fit it in there? And we tried that, and it didn't like there was a section kind of sticking out.
Yeah.
I was like, what if we just cut it and just fit it in there, and then put like the cut part up against the wall?
Just cut it with a saw.
Yeah, well, I did not. I think I'm pretty sure Sammy and Malachi did that.
Shit, dude.
And like, cause Malachi had a saw.
Yeah.
Because he would do like woodwork and all this shit. So he cut it, I think. And I remember one day Sammy was like, "Look, we did this." And I was like, "Okay, sick." And then like, so yeah, we slept on that for some tours, and it got really gross, as you can imagine. And just from touring in the summertime in a van with a mattress, and there's 4 or 5 guys sleeping on it, and sweat, and it's
fucking time to trade it in and get something better.
Yeah, it's all bad. So that's yeah. So I guess like to kind of tie it back around, it's like touring's a lot different for us now. We're very blessed to like not have to like rough it like we used to, and obviously it's just bandwagons and buses and green rooms and all this stuff. So it's like it's got a lot easier, but it definitely is tiring, and especially with flights and yeah.
What's the best, like you said, green rooms? What's the best green room experience you guys have ever had? Like in terms of like they provide you guys like food, drinks, all kinds of stuff.
You know what's funny? Like so we were in oh my God, what is it called? Oh my God. Was it Mississippi, I think? Or no, I'll have to fact check.
I'm in the South.
I think dude, I just oh my God. That's gonna kill me. I want to say Mississippi for now as a placeholder, but we were in Mississippi. Wherever it's called the Armory, and
the Armory,
that's the venue. It's I know it's called the Armory. It's something that starts with an M, I think. But anyway, so we were there, and we were on the Knock Loose tour, and these venues. So it's like the Armory. It's like an old armory from like the from World War II era. Turned it to a venue, and now it's like they use it for like they'll have like sporting events in there, like I'm assuming like basketball sometimes or whatever. So all these like green rooms, like what do you call that? Where it's like
like the mezzanine,
where it's like you can buy, like those, where you have like your own like room, and you can kind of like
like a box.
Yeah, like a box. Like kind of that bell. Oh yeah, the bell. Yeah.
I don't know if you guys heard that. Sorry, there's a bell that goes off every like. I don't think it goes off every half hour. It goes off like every fucking. I don't even know. It's like every hour here.
I always thought it was every like 5 hours, but I don't know, something like that. Anyway, so those boxes, or like the whatever, those were our green rooms. So like we had one of those, and then it was cool because we walk in, we're like, oh cool, it's like a little enclosed area. And the person showing it, like, actually, and they press this button, and then like it opens up like the garage doors, like things like there. We're like, shit,
where like the garage door opens, where like the stage is now like you can like reach out, like it was like it became like
it was we were like maybe like 30 or 40 maybe feet away from the stage still, but it's like it opens up like a garage door, and then you can like walk out to the little balcony there, and you can like still watch whoever's playing, and
that's
kind of be up there. And it's
and also it's cool that it's a form of like armory.
Yeah,
that's insane.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, I really want to fact check that. It's either Mississippi or something else.
We're gonna fact check it, and I'm gonna include it I'm gonna tag it in whatever we post. That way people can see what it looks like. That's cool.
Sick. Yeah, but that was probably one of the coolest, because I was just like, I don't know. I just never seen anything like that. I was like, what the? And then like just, you just have like room to just mess around. And of course, like
Yeah.
in Drain fashion, it's like we like to mess around and get into shenanigans. So we're like wrestling with each other. We're like running around, like, and it's just whenever we have big space for activities, it's like, like we're just doing dumbass, like 8-year-old shit. So
I get those fucking texts from you once in a while, just like, dude, check this out. And I'm just like, oh my God.
yeah, and we're
You
just
guys
rolling
know,
around. And
yeah.
it's like, okay.
You guys definitely have fun. It's always fun from like the outsider perspective to kind of like see what you guys do while you're on tour. Cause like I know you guys like more or less like, especially like on a more personal note. So I know that you guys are just like really like chill people. Like in general, you guys are real humble, real chill guys. But I see the shenanigans. I'm just like, damn, it's so great. I love seeing it. It's cool to see you guys have fun. And I don't know, it's interesting watching it from, like I said, from an outsider perspective, because I'm able to see fun side of it, but I also know there's a pretty like, you know, extensive like business side. And also just like you guys have to like do things a certain way, and you're like very like when you guys play, you're very fixated on like performing and focusing in on like really putting on a good show everywhere you guys go. It's good to see both. It's cool to see both sides.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
Compliment. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, it's great. I think that I'm looking at you right now, and I know you're a big dude.
Yeah, I'm pretty big.
What are you afraid of?
What am I afraid of? You know, it's okay. So to dial it back to when I was a kid, like I was deathly afraid of clowns. And I remember before I get into the now, like, but when I was a kid, I was afraid of them. Like I remember my aunt took me to the Northridge Mall in Salinas.
Oh yeah.
And I don't even know how old I was, but pretty young. And like we were walking, and I wanted to go to, I think it was KB Toys at the time, when you get the little toy store. And I remember she was going to take me there, and she kind of like started like laughing to herself, but she was kind of like trying to mask it. And I was old enough to know like I was like, what are you laughing at? And I see like there's a clown in front of the store that I guess they had for the kids, and and he was like making balloon animals, and then he like noticed me, and like he went like pointed at me like that. Oh, like, oh, and I was like crying my ass off. Like my aunt just like she dragged me over there, like I just forced me to do it, and he like made like a little animal for me, and it was like super traumatizing. And then but now, to be honest, man, not really afraid. Like I don't even mean to like say this as like I'm above anything or whatever, like it, but I'm really not afraid of much. I think I'm more afraid of like, if I were to, not to sound really deep, but like if I were to like lose who I am, with I guess that wouldn't happen because I obviously know who I am, but it's like you know what I'm saying? Like I think like if I were to like go down like and not to reference Star Wars, oh yeah, I know totally. To reference Star Wars, like I would want to stay on the light side, keep away from the dark side. You know what I mean? And so which is like pretty easy for me because I obviously wouldn't do that. But yeah, I would say that would probably be my biggest fear, is like just losing myself and becoming a person that I would not like to see.
Damn. I like that. That's good. Mine's water.
I mean, like water is pretty. Water is pretty scary in its own right, because when you think about it, it's like, especially the ocean, it's like there's so many like known and unknown things down there, and it goes so deep, and there's like fucking big ass whales and sharks. So yeah, that is pretty scary. I
talked a couple of episodes back about the bathysphere. Did I ever tell you about the bathysphere? Have I ever about that? The fucking bathysphere, the deep sea. They did these voyages where they would try to get people as deep as they can go into the ocean, and they started sending people down in metal suits and have a tube. Yeah. There's a tube that would go up to the surface. They think about like a vacuum effect that it has when there's a certain amount of pressure, and it would suck the flesh right off of people up through the tube.
So that's really scary.
Yeah, so they started sending these round like metal, like essentially these enclosed balls down there, and they had like a looking glass, like oxygen tanks. They figured it out. They're like, okay, we got to stop sending. They kept, sending people down in these suits. They kept fucking killing them. And then someone after that was just like, oh, I'll go down. Like, and then they were just like, you know what? We're not doing this anymore. They did the bathysphere. It went down like half a mile, and they saw like things down there. They didn't know how big they were. They just know that it took like 10 seconds for them to swim by. So they calculated how long it was, and they didn't know what it was. Like, it wasn't a whale, but it wasn't a fucking sea snake. So they're just like, I don't know.
Well,
you know,
and I just thought of this right now too. So I do have like another fear that is way less of like a deeper like what I just went into, but I think I might have slight, if not full, submechanophobia. And remember we talked about that before, where
yes,
because we were talking about water, and I thought about that, because it's always, I didn't know there was a name for it as a kid, but I remember like when we'd go to like I went to what's it called, Universal Studios.
Well, and submechanophobia, just to be specific, is the fear of like man-made objects underwater. Right?
Yeah, underwater animatronics.
Yeah, right.
And well, I guess it doesn't have to be an animatronic. It could be like a propeller, like from a boat, like under
like
water.
Like just the Titanic in its full. I can't even fucking think about that. Like the Titanic and all the shit dripping down. That's just been like building over the years, stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, like that to me, like that's why I say slight, because like when I see pictures of that, of like of a propeller underwater, it's like that this stuff doesn't creep me out. It's more of the animatronics that you would see like at like the like Universal Studios, like freaking what's it called, the Jurassic Park ride or something, and then like the net comes out of the water, but then underneath it's just like all like like mechanical, like
that shit's freaky.
Yeah, and it's just like,
sorry, I had to sit up straight. My posture's fucked.
Oh yeah, my posture.
I'm like slouching over here. And I notice as time goes by, I'll slouch further and further down, and before you know it, like my neck is fucking. I'm like,
oh yeah,
you guys gotta fix your posture.
I do that all the time.
I gotta fix my posture, so I gotta sit up straight. If I start slouching, I'm just gonna move. But yeah, dude, that shit, the animatronics underwater, it's frightening.
Yeah,
anything like that. I was talking about this like maybe 2 episodes ago, but I was like talking about the Jason Voorhees statue that someone as a joke. Like sunk to the bottom of some. I don't even know what lake it was. You can Google it, but I was just like, dude, imagine you don't know about that. You fucking go down there,
dude.
I think it actually was Crystal Lake.
I would imagine that would make sense. I mean, that like it's cool to think about. Like they're like honoring like the filming location of it, but it is also like if you're just like some kid and you're on a family trip and then you go scuba diving or something, and you see that like that. That's probably one of the most traumatizing things. Also, another similar one too is there was some kind of like B movie that I think it's in Norway. Like it was like some young 20-year-olds like did this shitty movie. Yeah, I don't know the name of the movie, but they used like this like shark that was like made out of like metal or whatever.
Yeah,
and they just let it sink to the bottom of like the lake, like after like the filming of it, because it was just such a big thing, and they were just like, okay, whatever,
let it just drop all the way down to the very bottom, the depths of the lake.
Yeah, and it's just like, but then you can like, it's obviously it's there, like you can go see it now, and there's like divers, there's like videos of it where like you can, I think it's like the lake like Nitschil or something, or like that. Anyway, you can dive down there, and there's like videos of it just sitting there like rotting, and it's like this big ass like shark with like the teeth, and it's crazy.
Anything underwater, I don't know what it is. It has to be like I do have like a distinct memory of the kid of just like falling into a pool and having to get saved, but I don't think that was enough for me to be afraid of the fucking water. But I also think that whatever previous life I had, I feel like I got thrown from a ship.
Yeah, in the past, you're like,
this life I was just
off the plane.
They were like, oh, there's land. I was like, oh, look at that. And then someone like bludgeoned me. They wanted to get me off the boat. We all had like I imagine I was like some sort of like, every time I say like I was a pirate, it's always like, oh, but I'm like, man, something happened. I was like an explorer. I was trying to get to some land, and I was the one who knew where the fuck it was. And my fucking partner back here was just like, oh yeah, you see that? Look, a little bam, and then just over the head, some sort of club, took his little peg leg off and just fucking, and then just threw me overboard. And then I'm like floating down to the bottom of the ocean. And that's what happened.
Well,
or I'm just a fucking bitch. I just can't handle the ocean or like ponds. But yeah, dude, that shit definitely freaks me out. I don't like it. I don't like the water. I didn't even like animatronics. You brought up animatronics. Take the animatronics and just put them like on like land. Still don't like them.
Yeah, I mean, animatronics are still very scary, and I think it's because of the whole like what's the term for it? Uncanny valley, where it's like you look at it and it looks like a real, like it's supposed to resemble like whatever, like a real person or like a real animal, but it's not, but it's very closely related, where it's like it's moving, and it's moving its mouth and the eyes, and it's just like, but it's just like there's something off about it, where it's like I feel like our primal minds like
is interested.
Yeah, I know that's literally what it is. It's like where it's like you see something that looks humanoid, or you see something that looks like a animal, but it's like not at the same time. You're kind of like, little off put by it because
Yeah.
it's different enough. But yeah, it's very interesting.
I've been talking about these robots that they like are now I like somehow went from like robots to like rogue tires, like just fucking getting loose from a truck and like killing people.
Oh,
But I've been talking about these robots that they're like, have you seen these? Like, I think maybe someone sent us the video of the robot trying to run upstairs and he like he keeps tripping and falling. But they're like,
oh yeah, yeah.
they're teaching these robots to like run and fight and sprint. And I'm not, I'm fucking,
Not a fan.
I'm not with it. No.
Yeah, yeah. Robots are. Yeah, it's really interesting, like seeing all that stuff, like online right now, and just the robots, like what is it in China?
Yeah, dude.
Like it has like security and stuff, and they're malfunctioning and
And
like
they're fucking like jumping at the crowd.
punching somebody that is not
Yeah.
doing anything.
The one with the cowboy hat, it's like, I got my boots on. It's like walking back and it falls over and it just starts like
Yeah.
absolutely freaking out. And then you can see like how hard it's hitting and people like don't want to touch it. Like that could be you, dude. Like just grabs one of your arms, just fucking rips your arm off.
Yeah, just having some kind of malfunction.
Yeah. Just absolutely just like freaking out on like you or like a child or a dog. Just pick up a dog and rip it in half.
Yeah, and I just thought of this, one of my favorite Instagram comments I've ever seen on one of those posts where I think I was telling you about it. It was like, it's like, oh, like, in about like 5 to 10 years or something, like the AI, remember that? It was like the AI is gonna like take like, humanoid form, or it was like one of those things
Yeah.
that's like talking about that.
Yeah.
And the top pinned comment on this whatever post, it was just like, honestly, F it. Let
You fucking let it happen.
it was just like, I mean,
Like people are just like, I don't give a fuck anymore.
yeah, it was like,
Not
honestly,
it.
F it, just let it happen. Let it take over. I thought that was so
Perfect
great.
comment. I mean, it's
Yeah.
true though, because like at this point, like, and that's the problem that we have, dude. We can't just like leave things alone. Like as people, I feel like we're always trying to like make everything better.
Yeah,
We're always trying to like make everything like more.
progression, like what's gonna
Yeah.
make, your life more convenient or easier. But it's like,
I mean, like if you think about it, do we really need like the internet in our fucking hand all the time? Do we need to like have
Nope.
access? We don't really need it. We never needed it up until like the last 10 years. Now everyone uses the like it's like right now, like we were saying, like, oh, what's the name of that venue? I think it's the Armory. And I'm thinking like we don't have a phone in front of us. We can't just like pick up our phone and start like searching for stuff. So we have to like use our brain and our memory.
yeah,
And you have to go back in your mind, like, where were we? What tour was that? What do we, But we're so accustomed now to just like grabbing like a butterfly. I'm sure, well, shit, that's ADHD. That's the shit I have that's undiagnosed that I get distracted all of a sudden. But we were always like trying to search everything. And it's just like, we don't have to like search. You can just like try to sit there and use your memory just to remember something. Or like, if you can't figure something out, like back in the day, you used to go like, you had to go get a book and get in an encyclopedia. And now we could just be like, what's the molecule for sugar? And Siri comes on. Siri's just like, oh yeah, it's this. What else do you want to know? And you're just like, well,
I mean, is it convenient? Like, absolutely.
Yeah.
But it's like, it always leads me to think about like, how like our parents grew up.
yeah,
And, like specifically like my dad, and like, because my dad works for like PG&E, and he's been working there since like, I don't know, like 89 or something. I don't know. But anyway, like he would tell me, he's like, yeah, like way before GPS, he's like, when I was first working there, they would send me to like SF or like Oakland to go do a job. He's like, we did not, like, we just had a map.
Yeah.
And we had to kind of have the map out while you're driving. And it's just like,
Yeah.
damn.
Same thing. We used to have to print up in directions, MapQuest.
Yeah.
Map was before the Garmin. We had to like, I distinctly remember like driving to like, like LA with my parents. And my dad would have like printed instructions like on how to get there. Okay, we gotta go right at whatever interstate, whatever, and it's just like that's how you used to have to do it. But now you just hook up with your phone. Your phone will tell you how to get there. Your phone will also tell you like what stops you can make on the way if you have to get gas, take a piss, all that stuff. It's crazy.
Yeah, and it's
so
like,
convenient.
It is, and I just feel like phones and the internet are like so cool in a sense where it's like, I mean, positive things can happen from them. It's like you connect with people, like there's all sorts of things like positively that can happen, but I feel like the negative aspect of it, I've been saying for a while, is that like I feel that because we have such large access to everything and like all information, it kind of takes away from like the kind of curiosity of like the world sometimes, because okay, when I think about like, say like a band in the 80s, they're like, for us it's like, okay, like we're gonna go on tour like now, like with this band, and then we can just like, oh, like see what they're all about. Like, and we just go on YouTube and just like look up like their live sets, and we kind of get a glimpse and like a kind of a gist of what's going on. Look at their Instagram, just kind of see what they look like and stuff. But I feel like back in like the 80s and stuff and whatever, it's like, they you really didn't know unless you saw like a music video on MTV, or you saw like maybe their picture in like a magazine, like or someone had recorded their set on like their like camcorder or whatever, and then they showed you like at the house, but like I feel like that was very rare. It's like I don't know, you get what I'm saying? Like I feel
got
like
that moment where I've looked up an artist and I've been like, what do they look like? And I just ew.
And it's like
it's like that's what they look like. Also, the music doesn't sound as good. I'm just like, oh. Sometimes I ever looked at Lou Reed, or not Lou Reed. Who's the guy from Foreigner, the singer?
I forget his name,
it's
but
like something like Lou.
Damn good performer, though.
Such a good performer. But the first time I looked him up, I was like, dude, this guy's making music about being in love. I'm sure this guy's like super handsome. I looked up a picture and I was like,
you're like, oh, this is sometimes you don't want to see.
I was dead wrong. Although this guy probably looks like Richard Gere, dude. 80s Richard Gere, that fucking hair. I like looked it up and I was all, oh. It's like, damn, dude. But honestly, it's cool. I mean, you guys probably connect with your fans through social media like a ton.
Yeah, and like I said, like that falls into that category of like that's like a positive thing, and that you couldn't do that back then, but also like it just brings a question. It's like, do we really need that today? I mean, it's like it's happening and bands do that all the time with their fans, but it's like I always just feel very envious of just back then, because it's just like, you didn't know what Australia looked like unless you read a book, or like maybe you saw like an MTV
documentary or something.
A documentary, or like an MTV, like they're getting interviewed and they're like at Australia, and you kind of see the background. And I don't know, I just feel like that we just kind of lose like curiosity for the world and for things and stuff. And I don't think that we need to have information in our face like daily.
I don't either. I mean, it was kind of like, even just going back to like, having a business and having to like learn a craft that was kind of unexplored. Like coffee was kind of an unexplored area that like we kind of knew enough about it to like make it taste good based on like books. And we had to read books and watch little videos, but we couldn't like really like base anything off of like just going on Instagram and be like, oh, this is what this shop is doing. Oh, this is like the cups that they're using. Oh, this is the coffee they're using. You had to actually go to the shop and like meet the baristas and like talk to the people there. And then you could learn a little bit more. Or even like tattoos. Like now tattoos are super accessible. So you could see like what style people will tattoo in. And you're like, I want that. So you can find an artist who has that style, go to that shop and get it. Instead of back in the day when you had to like search like an artist yourself and go to that shop, and they weren't nice to you. And you would go and you would walk in as like an 18-year-old and be like, I kind of want to get like this tattoo on me. And the person would be like, cool, you got money? And you're like, yeah. Instead of now DMing someone and be like, hey, I like your style. Like, I want to set up an appointment. Now it's like super accessible, but like it definitely is good for that aspect. But it is kind of like, I do kind of miss just like not having that information, and kind of like, I like to leave things up to like mystery sometimes, like where I'm like, I'll eat something or drink something and someone's like, oh yeah, I could show you how to make it. And I'm just like, you know what? I'm good. I'd rather just enjoy it here. Like I had someone who offered to give me a recipe of theirs from like a restaurant that I used to frequent very, very like every week.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, I can give you the recipe for it. And I was like, no, I just want that to live in a memory. I don't want it to.
That is cool.
Yeah. I'd rather have it like that. But yeah, I'm sure you guys get some wild messages on your Instagram accounts with people.
Definitely, for sure. I mean, like, thankfully, I mean, to speak on like the Drain page, it's like, we definitely get some wild ones, but then like, to speak on just my personal, I mean, yeah, it's like, it's like to be honest, like it's thankfully, like we all across the board get like a lot of love. So it'll be like a lot of like, kids being like, yo, like, dude, like you're sick, or like, oh, like what does your, pedal board look like, or like how do you get your tone, or like just it's always like, bro, can't wait for like the new single, or like whatever it is, so thankfully we do get a lot of love, and
for sure.
But it's just every band gets like a couple weird ones in there,
so, get a couple weirdos up in there and say something weird,
just like something just like, I don't know what the fuck you just said, or what is like,
kind of just like wondering like why would you say, are you a real person, did you really send that, or were you joking, like is it a joke, everything's like I can't even decipher what's a joke and what's not a joke.
You know what's one that I actually did get, which is pretty funny. And this was maybe like I want to say either a year ago or a year and a half ago or something.
Yeah.
And there was just like some kid, and he he DM'd me, so I saw in the message request because I don't follow him.
Someone that you didn't know.
Yeah, I didn't follow him. Like,
Yeah.
I assumed he'd follow me or whatever. But I happened to look in the message request one day, and there was this kid, and I looked at his profile, and I think he was like 16 or 15 or something like that.
Yeah.
And he was like, hey, he's like, do you think you can drive me to prom?
What?
And I was just like it was very, very, very.
He wanted you to drive him to prom?
Yes.
He had a date, right?
I don't know. That's all he said was, hey man, can you drive me to prom? And I was like it was very fun because it's very like wholesome. I look at it, and I was also just like, no,
I'm gonna drive you to prom.
also I don't know where you live. I don't want to know where you live. It's just no, get your fucking mom or something, or I'm not. No, I mean, but thank you, I appreciate it, but no, I'm not fucking driving you to prom.
Pull up and he's got a dress where you're like, fuck, now I knew something was weird about this.
So yeah, but I thought that was very, so shout out to that kid. But he but yeah.
I mean, there's certain requests that people have. I'm sure that are it's nothing's probably too far out of reach for you guys. But hey, can you sign this? Can you, I got an album. Can you sign? But you guys have also had people gift you some really cool shit while you've been on the road. Like you had that guy do that surfboard for you guys. Was it in Japan? That guy that did the brush, that painting or something like that.
In Japan, we were where were we at? I want to say Nagoya I don't know, one of those.
Yeah,
I'm really bad with the names of places sometimes, unless it was really drilled into my head. But we were in Japan, and yeah, that dude was awesome. Shout out to him.
Yeah,
did this airbrushed surfboard, and we were I don't even know what type of characters we were. We were these little bears or something like these, and it was really cool. And it was these bears that were dressed as us, each one of us, and it was cool.
The rug. Also, someone hand stitched a rug for you guys, right?
Yeah, that came from a fan in LA, and I remember what were we doing? I think we might have been playing for the children, or we did one. It was one of those fests. I really can't remember, but we're at the Belasco, and in downtown LA, and some kid was like, "Yo, I make rugs," and we're sick, and then so I feel at that time, so usually for if we get one big thing, if a fan gives us one big thing, we usually Rochambeau for it, and just who's gonna take this home? So it's one thing, and but in this case, it was that was more in my favor because I was at that time I think I was looking to get my own spot, because I was trying to move to this town, so I think Sammy and Tim were dude, honestly, you should just take that for your hell yeah,
that's cool.
So I am in possession of that rug, so shout out to that dude. But
you guys have also had people what's the coolest, I guess, what's the coolest gift you guys have been given on your tour?
Well, as a band, that might be a little harder, but I can give you the gift, that the coolest gift that I think was given to me personally.
Yes.
Was the rug is definitely up there. But I will say I think the number one, which I also have, is this kid in New Jersey, I think it was.
Yeah.
He makes brass knuckles out of his garage with and he engraves the logos of bands or whatever. And he trained one and he gave it to me. And I was like, dude, this is pretty dope.
Damn, watch out for that creativity.
Yes. No, he was super dope. He's like, yeah, man, I make these in my garage. And I was like, dude, this is a really unique thing. And
really just sounded
actual. Yeah. And I'm just that's really cool. This is super dope. It's a very unique thing. I love unique gifts like that. I guess to maybe think as a band, because there's probably other ones, but we've gotten Crocs before. Crocs with little sharks on them and stuff.
Yeah.
We've but other than that, I can't really think of a central as a band gift.
I got a gift for you.
Okay,
that sounds crazy.
Well, I hope
yeah, I'm gonna draw everybody that brings on it. I drew my brother when I picked him up. Remember we picked up my brother from the
from the airport.
Yeah, dude, I drew you. I'm not an artist. I just like to draw people just to see their reaction. It's bad, but it's funny.
Right.
That's why I did it. I'm not going to show the camera. I'm just going to show you, and then I'm going to post it up on the Instagram.
Okay.
So people can see it. You ready for this shit?
I'm ready. Let's see.
You sure?
Yep. Ready. This is wow. Yeah, this is honestly, it's funny because you're saying that you're not like an artist or
No,
by any means, but it's like
no.
this is honestly like pretty good.
Look at
Like
the
it's like
hands.
yeah, like the and like just like the like the crazy part is just like the hair.
Yeah.
And then this is yeah, I mean, but honestly, like this is like really it's really really good. Like this is like really yeah.
Hey,
It's not like you did like a little stick figure. Like this is like there's a lot of detail here.
hey. Thanks, man.
But
Hey, that's for you to keep.
thank you.
You could put that up anywhere you want.
I think I might maybe get a little frame for this and like put
Fuck
it
yeah.
for something because this is
We'll take it to Rhonda.
yeah,
Rhonda will frame it. We'll bring Square.
yeah, and then square
Square.
be like, hey, what's good?
Hey, Rhonda, you down to frame something real quick? Yeah. That's for you, dude.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate this.
I'll put it down. Dude, I'm going to can't even look at it. I'm going to draw everybody that I bring on here. Anytime I bring someone, I'm going to draw them. It's like, my idea for that was because I'm pretty sure I heard that.
Yeah.
Shit. You know what? I'm going to get going real quick.
Yeah, but everything all with that was really good.
That
Everything on me always
that sent a shockwave down through like my left ass cheek, down to my foot. Oh, that felt good though. I'm going to draw everybody because I drew my brother when we were going to go pick it up.
Yeah, that was good.
And it was so fucked up. It's like his picture when he calls me now. And I'm pretty sure when we picked him up, I forgot who was with him, but I'm pretty sure they were like, oh, that's really, oh, yes. I'm pretty sure he was like, oh, that's really good, man. Like trying to like make me feel good. And I'm just like, this is a joke, dude. Like, I didn't actually, I think he thought I was like actual like heartfelt, like me. I think he thought I was like a Napoleon Dynamite thing where I tried my hardest.
Well, I kind of do remember. I mean, you probably did say that, but I do. We picked him up, and I remember you're like, "Oh, I'm gonna give this to him."
Yeah.
And then we picked him up, and you're like, "Oh, I got this for you." And I remember like he just in Ryan fashion, he was like, "Well, okay." Like it was like like he was like stoked on it, but he was also just like,
It's like, what am I fucking
like dude, like cool.
oh, dude, he put it. I think he had it on his fridge for a while. And someone walked in. I was like, "Dude," I think someone asked him, "Like, who the fuck drew this?" I think they thought it was like a fucking like a kid, and he was just like, "Oh, my brother." Like, and I was just sitting over there, just like,
That's pretty good, honestly.
"Oh shit, dude!" I've been dying having that in my car.
Yeah, that is like I straight up did not expect that. That was very
Part of me was like,
very
I hope
awesome.
someone breaks into my car and they find this, and they're just like, "I'm not gonna steal anything from this person's car. This person's obviously fucked in my head." I can't.
Yeah,
But yeah,
it's amazing.
so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna draw people and just give it to them and just let them decide, you know.
That's unique. I like that.
But yeah, so that's definitely the top thing you've ever received now, right?
Yeah, I would say I was I just well yeah that for sure. Sorry,
No, I'm just kidding. Oh, shit.
that's definitely up there now.
There it is.
So I guess it's not every 5 hours, like I said.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It's like this bell goes off like every 29 minutes or something.
I feel like I hear it a lot in the evenings, but I think that is because usually in the evenings, like I'm in my living room,
Well,
and
you know, I've been coming to this little town forever. I've never heard this bell ever, like until like this last year. And even like my girlfriend Cynthia was like, I don't even know where that's coming from. She's like, I think it's the church. But I was like, have you ever heard it before? And I can't remember if she said yes or no, but I was like, I never heard this before. But it comes on like random times.
yeah. When I first moved here, I was kind of just like is that like is that someone's like doorbell that like
Right?
beeps near?
Did it sound like a doorbell?
Yeah, I was kind of just like, what the like what?
We used to have a clock that made the same noise. It would go down, 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 and then it would go like if it was 1 o'clock, it would go down, and that was it. But this one will come on and just I don't even know.
Yeah, just kind of like just lets everybody know. It's like
Yeah, it's 1 o'clock, everybody.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think. We just talked about that. What do you guys? So in like we talk a lot about the bands because obviously like people recognize you from being in the band and all that. But like, what do you guys have as a band? What do you guys got cooking up next? Where are you guys going? You going to be on tour anytime soon?
Yeah, so in about, well, I guess maybe at this point, 3.5 weeks.
Yeah.
We're going on tour with Kublai Khan,
Right.
and that's like a full US, and the first show is in Kentucky, and that's nice. There's a few festival gigs on this tour, so that
Yeah.
it's always a little funny to have the first show of a tour be like a festival gig,
Yeah.
because it's like, festivals are just so much different from just like a regular, just a one
You're
show.
going to have probably it's probably going to be a lot of people as opposed to playing like smaller venues and stuff, right? Festivals are kind of like really big, open,
Absolutely. So it's like, we did that on the Good Good tour too, where
Yeah.
the first show was Welcome to Rockville in Florida.
Damn.
And it was just like, but it's just funny because it's like, there's so much that goes into festivals, and it's like, it's,
What's the cap on that venue? How many people is that?
on the festival one.
Yeah.
Well, it's like it's like outside, like open air.
Yes,
So
yes,
I
yes.
I really don't know, but it's like that one is like Slayer's headlining, and then it's like, Rob Zombie, Marilyn Manson, like Municipal Waste, I think, is playing our stage, which I'm super stoked on.
That's
And Haywire is playing too, and stuff. So it's a lot of yeah, cool shit. But it's like
Yeah.
I know that Louder Than Life attracts like a lot of people, and those big open air fests always attract thousands and thousands of people. So
Yeah.
but yeah, just so that's the first show of that tour. So it's
Yeah.
always like kind of interesting to,
because you're like starting off with a bang, like that's big.
Yeah.
Like
it's like well, you just get thrown into it, and then you kind of have to like be there pretty early, usually for the sound check. And so I remember when we played Welcome to Rockville, it was like, we had to get there. We got there very early,
yeah,
parked the bus, and then like we couldn't sound check, I think, until like maybe like 9 a.m. So we got there kind of early, and I was like, I set up, and we set up, and it was like maybe 8:30, and I was like kind of starting to play, and like the stage guy was like, oh, dude, can you just like wait a little bit? Because
yeah.
the people were camped out like the tents,
Oh,
like
they're sleeping.
like they're sleeping. He's like, yeah, I was like, like we try not to make any noise till 9. I was like, yeah, fuck, okay, like that. And I look out the distance, and I see like, the tents and like all the festival goers. I'm just like,
That's when you just crank that volume up, dude. It's like,
no, as soon I was like, in my head, I was like, man, I don't give a fuck. Like,
Yeah,
you guys are here to enjoy music, and I was like, I'm a fucking,
it's a
you guys.
it's a fucking festival.
Yeah, and I was
Out
like,
there, it's not a fucking bed and breakfast.
yeah, I was like, come on, y'all. I mean, like, you guys slept. Assuming you guys went to bed at a semi-reasonable hours. Like, you guys got enough sleep.
Yeah, fuck
It's
that.
time for day 2 of fucking this rock fest. Like, come on.
That's crazy.
But yeah, so anyway, but tour's gonna be good, and I'm really stoked.
Got Food Black Clowns from Texas.
Food Black Clowns from Texas. We all got a lot of respect for that band, what they do and stuff, and we're very excited to be direct support for them.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be fun. And it's gonna be a crazy ass tour, and it's gonna be just all around good time.
That's awesome. I mean, more recently, you guys have had some cool shit as well. Like, aside from touring, you guys had the Drain Santa Cruz skateboard.
Yeah,
which was really cool.
Yeah, shouts out to Santa Cruz Skateboards. That was a really cool thing that they wanted to do with us and collab with us, and it feels good to have like your band's our name on a skateboard, and so that's a really cool thing.
And aside from that too, one thing that I geeked out on personally, like I don't even really play video games that much. I like Spider-Man. I think the most recent one that came out, I was like, I gotta buy that because I'm a huge Spider-Man fan. But you guys had your Living Proof song you go ahead and talk about that. This was crazy.
Yeah, and the Tony Hawk's the what do you call it, the remake of 3 and 4. And yeah, that was cool. I mean, like it was, I had to keep that a secret for a long time, and like when they told us, when they reached out to us, and we were like, yo, of course, like that's amazing, and they
that's huge.
Wanted Living Proof in the song, and we're like, oh, absolutely, and then it was very surreal, like once it came out, or once it got announced, but then also once the game actually came out, and I remember I went over to your house.
Yeah,
I think it had already been out for like maybe a couple days or something.
Yeah,
I think I was
you guys took off, and you were like, fuck, I'm not gonna be home to play that. And I was like,
I was at Sound and Fury.
Yeah,
actually, I wasn't playing, but we went to Sound and Fury with my friends.
Yeah,
and
I was psyched. I downloaded it. It took only like 30 minutes to download, and I played it. And it's funny because I was like, no, I'm not gonna skip through. I'm gonna let it come on organically. And for some reason, it like didn't come on for like 2 hours. And I was like, fuck this. I went in there, I like turned off all the songs that were like repeating, and it just came on. But I think it's just because they still have like CKY's like 96 Quite Bitter Beings. They had a bunch of new stuff too. And they had some of the older songs as well. But dude, I played the game, and it was interesting because some of the levels were new. And then I know my hands.
I know I'm like in the
some of the songs were like new, or like not the songs, the levels. Some of the levels were like newer levels, but there was like the old ones, like you go through like the suburbs, like the haunted house and all that stuff. So it was really cool. It was such a weird feeling because I like literally, your song came on. They had like an OC's song, and they also had they had another group in there that was like newer as well. That was kind of like, whoa, it wasn't.
Oh yeah, like a fellow band, like
Turnstile.
Turnstile's in there. Indit's in there.
And Dude, fuck that.
Goddamn fly, dude. It flies everywhere.
Flies follow me everywhere.
It flies all up in this town,
dude.
man. No, but yeah. Turnstile ended, and there's one more.
Yeah, there's one more in there. I can't quite think of who it was.
It's not Angel Dust, right?
No, shout out to Angel Dust.
Yeah, shout out to Angel Dust though. But yeah, there's like one more. But anyway, but yeah, like that's super dope, and I like how they mix like the music that was on there in the past, and then with like newer music, including us, and like I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
And I think it's cool that like we now get to be a part of like a kid discovering music, new music from that game, as we all did. I mean, because that's like, I mean, when I played Pro Skater 3 as a kid, like on like my uncle's like Xbox, like original Xbox, like I discovered everything else. I discovered CKY from there. Like I discovered
that's honestly the first time I ever
Motorhead.
I was gonna say,
yeah, like
the first time I ever heard anything from Motorhead, and I heard it on there, and I was like, "Whoa, this is cool." There was a bunch of stuff like cut. I think
Amoeba Adolescence, like that was the first time I heard that. And actually, what else was on there too?
Dude, I mean, like from my knowledge, the first. I mean, honestly, I didn't discover Primus from the Tony Hawk series because my brother's friends all like listened to that music. But there was like a good amount of like, there's that Steel Pulse song that's on there. That was actually, it was a weird song because it wasn't on any of the Steel Pulse albums that they put out, like the popular ones, like Earth Crisis. It was called Born Free Rebel. And I remember like, that was fucking cool. I remember listening to it. There's just other, I mean, that's like the Ramones are on there. Like there's so much good music. And I think that a lot of kids our age discovered music, like you said, through Tony Hawk. And now you got this new generation of kids that's going to discover Drain and like the OCs and End It. Shout out to End It, Baltimore, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, because they opened for you guys when you were at
on the they're on tour with us in the good
tour, right?
Yeah, dope dudes, dope music.
All this stuff is going to get discovered now by these kids because now these kids are going to play this new Tony Hawk game, and so it's like two generations or more like linking up and like being like, oh, you like this? Well, you probably like this too. I don't know. It's just cool because I feel like Tony Hawk and like even for me, I played a lot of NBA Street growing up. And there was music on there that I was just like, oh shit. Cause I always bounce back and forth between like the rock scene and the rap and hip hop scene. So I was always in both. And as a kid, I literally grew up like obsessing over like freestyle music.
Like, dude, honestly,
in middle school, dude.
All that you said, the rock, the rap, and then the freestyle, I did like the 80s stuff. Like that was basically how I grew up too. And but also like to touch back on the original Pro Skater 3. Yeah. I also associate it with Ika Mouse. And I know Ika Mouse was not originally on there. I mean, at all, but like my uncle, Michael Rob, shout out to Michael Rob. He at the time when I was like playing that with him, he had been like, I think he's like 12 years older than me. So like I was like 12, 13. Yeah, he was like however old he was, like, his late 20s or whatever. Yeah. Or a little younger. Actually, my math was bad. Anyway, he was like in his 20s somewhere.
He's a younger guy.
Yeah, he was a younger guy. And he because I would be like, oh, like, whenever we play, I'd always want like Motorhead to play, or I'd want like Amoeba to play or something. And then like he'd be like, dude, he's like, no, he's like, you're supposed to skate to hip hop. And because he was like very into like
Chad Muska style stuff.
Yeah, he was very into the Chad Muskas and like the Kareem Campbells and stuff. Like that's who he idolized, dude. That's who he idolized at the time. So like I remember he would like, that's when like you could upload like a CD to play like in the game, or like on the Xbox itself. So I remember he was like super into like Celly Cell. I remember he put like a Celly Cell
very rap.
Yeah, he put a Celly Cell album. I think it's the one with what's the because he's the Tonight It Goes. Is that Celly Cell?
Yeah, he's the big dude.
Yeah,
Celly Cell
got the braids,
two like little like I guess they're like dookie braids, but he's just real big.
Yeah,
Celly Cell was like a monster, dude.
There was that one too, but anyway, but yeah, no,
Tonight,
yeah, because that was his. Yeah, and I remember that was on there. And then he also
sampled that Zapp and Rogers, that
yeah. And
good track.
And so I remember that album was on there. He put that on there, and then he also put on Ika Mouse like greatest hits on there. So I always like remember like just skating, like being Chad Muska in the game and like skating to fucking like like, and I like them all, like, you know what I mean? Just like, just, while, just,
Yeah, you eventually put on your own music because you've heard that music the whole time you're playing that game. You're like, yeah, I'm just gonna put my headphones on and listen to like CDs and stuff. Yeah,
Yeah. So there was like, so I associate the game with Silly Cell and with Ecomouse, even though they weren't even on there. It's like it was just put on there.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I associate Tony Hawk to. I used to go to my friend's house when we were little, and this house was a wild house. Like there's people in and out of this house all the time. Not like drugs and stuff like that, but more so just like these people open up their home to a lot of different kids. And I was young. I was like 7 or 8. I'd go sit in there and I'd play Tony Hawk. And there was a guy, Dave, rest in peace, Dave. He was so good. He'd come in stoned and like or drunk or whatever, and he would just sit there and that first level he would fucking take off, go through the glass and like do the Jeff. He was like Jeff Rowley. He'd do like the full special moves around and get like a million combo, just like I remember just like that. And then like their friends were in and out of this house, and they would just come in, play Tony Hawk. They would play against each other. They would get fucking in fights, and they would like fight over the game. They'd be like, "Oh, we're gonna play like whatever skate or whenever you turn the ramps blue or whatever, and red. You like it's like 1v1." And they would just play this game and get pissed off and like fist fight. And as a kid, I'm just sitting there like, whoa. And they would be like, you know what, fucking like this dude Chris who'd come in at night. He'd come in and out. They called him Nocturnal Chris. And he would move in and out of his house and just like, yeah, dude, Nocturnal
Like,
Chris.
that's like,
Yeah, dude. He was a cool dude, man. He'd come in like super sleepy eyed. You'd just be like, hey, you play like Half-Life on the computer, like 2 a.m. to like 5, 6 a.m. and then just take off. It was like, dude, this house was like The Sims, man. Like when you would just be asleep and people just come in and out of your house all night and you like speed it up and you just be like asleep in your bed, like moving all quick like that, like turning over, and people would just come in and out all the time. It was just a wild house. But the first time I played Tony Hawk's Pro Skater was at that house, and I spent a lot of time over there. But it was like those guys were also older, so they showed me a bunch of cool music and a bunch of cool shit. I thought they were just hella cool. Now looking back, I'm like, they're probably like troublemakers, like getting in and out of mischief. I mean, if you got a name like Nocturnal Chris, you're
yeah,
that's a name of someone who's doing the most.
yeah. I would say because like, yeah, like if well, what do we say the other day is like if your name is like the
thing you're doing,
like there's the adjective or something.
Like,
no, it's just like
if your name's like Ass Wolf Dan,
yeah,
it's like you're probably out there working at the mass.
It's like if your name is like just something like murder.
Oh yeah,
it's like I was like probably don't want to like.
That was my homie Stabber. You're like,
yeah, it's like
what do you do?
Like, if your name is just like the thing, I was like, damn, like
if your name is a verb.
Yeah, that's that verb. There we go. Yeah.
Especially a verb that's like causing someone harm.
Yeah, like I don't even. It's like your name is just Fight or something. It's like, I think I'm good for
Puncher.
Yeah.
It's like fucking symbiote names from Spider-Man, Lasher, Thrasher, whatever.
Yeah, like, holy shit.
Tasers, all kinds of like Blazer, Taser. Yeah. It was an interesting household, but they always had like these dudes would just bring video games over, like N64 games, and we'd play. And they were cool. Like they were older guys, and they would just like let us join in because we were younger. And my brother actually hung out with. There was like 3 siblings, and my brother hung out with the middle sibling. And yeah, it was a fun house to be in. I tell my parents all the stories from there now, and they're just like, they were doing what? I didn't say anything because I didn't want to get like told like go back over there. But yeah, dude, Tony Hawk. So yeah, man, Santa Cruz skateboards, Tony Hawk. You guys have had Drain has had a couple of singles come out this summer, which have been pretty cool. So the first one that came out was the Nights Like These.
Yeah, that
right.
The first single.
You had like filmed the video at the Catalyst.
Yeah, that was the Atrium Catalyst. That was very fun. That was like a awesome way to start the whole album cycle. Just
that was hella fun.
Yeah, that was a really fun time.
And then since then, what was the second one?
The second one was Stealing Happiness from Tomorrow.
Right.
And that one was that was like on the road, and it was like we never really done a video like that. We're just like more shenanigans and just like a bunch of compiled clips together and stuff.
Yeah.
But that was really fun.
Yeah.
And then the most recent one was Having Fun.
Yeah.
And that was just filmed like just in Santa Cruz. Just
like that's my favorite one so far.
Thank you.
That's a good one. That's so far out of all 3 of them. I'm like, for some reason that's the one that gets. I even texted Tim. I was like, dude, this is like stuck in my head. So I was like in the fucking. I was like washing my hands after I just went in the bathroom. I was like. I was like right from this angle. But no, but it's good. I was just like, dude, this is it's just like stuck. There's like certain ones that get stuck in my head. Scout had a song for a while that was like imprinted. I was like dreaming and with this song playing over and over my head. And it was the It was the one that starts out like dun, 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 dun,
Oh, that's
Tonight.
is it? Or I always thought it was. Are you thinking of She?
No, it's the other one. It's the
Okay.
It's like they start out with bass. It's like there's little bass tones like dun 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 dun.
And I know what you're talking about. What is the name of that song?
That was stuck in my head. I was having dreams, and I was like, my dreams are always fucked up. My dreams are like me. Like I had one of the dreams I had the other night. I was trying. This is what out. Okay, I fell asleep watching some like stand up comedy, and there was a person in the crowd with like Down syndrome, and Ari Spears was like teasing her or whatever. Like shit, yeah. And I had a dream where I had to get a gun away from a person with Down syndrome, and I was like trying to grab this gun from them, and I could not for the life of me like get it out of their grasp, and everyone was freaking out. And I've been watching all these fight videos, and I just like that dream, and I had like that song like playing in the background. So I'm telling you, and I don't. Like, I wake up, and I'm like sweating. I'm just like, oh, it's usually because I'm like oversleeping, whatever. Anyways, yeah, no, that was a bad one, but yeah, that song has been like that song and like certain songs play over in my head while I'm asleep. I don't know why. There's no rhyme or reason to it, but
interesting.
Yeah, the Who's Having Fun? That was the one that got stuck in my head. That was a good one.
Thank you.
That was a really, really good one. Yeah, I mean, there's just been like that, and then one more is coming out soon.
Yeah, it's coming out soon. Obviously, can't really like speak on when or what or where, but obviously,
yeah,
coming out soon.
And then the album is coming out in November.
Yeah, I believe so.
It'll be out like in that that time.
Yeah.
I just have it on my Spotify thing, and it has like a little release date, and
Oh yeah,
jump back in.
Yeah, I believe it's the November 7th. I think that's what it is. I think if that's what it says on Spotify.
Yeah, because Spotify notifies me when albums are coming out. It's like jump back in. I always get stoked like, oh, and I'm like, well, wait, no, it's not yet.
Yeah, like I said, I'm always bad with like the dates and places and stuff like that. But I mean, like when it gets closer to it, then I'm like, I get reminded again. I'm like, oh, okay, But I think it's November 7th. If that's what it says on Spotify. And and I didn't even know we had a countdown on the on like our Spotify profile, because I looked the other day because I had to because you know how like on Spotify if you can go to like the new album, but like obviously the other songs are like you can't listen to them,
right? But
the track list,
they're like you can't click on them.
You can't click on them, but the track list is out, and only the songs that are out already you can. So, but I remember we were at practice the other day, and we usually like warm up with like like older songs, but in this case, now that we have a whole new album, we're like, oh, like why don't we just just go through the whole album, to warm up and just play them back to back. And me just kind of forgetting and stuff like that. I'm just like, wait, so like what comes after like Who's Having Fun? And like, and so then I was like, oh, I had to pull up Spotify to like look at the track list. And I was like, I really don't remember, but once it's out, like, and once everything's out and we get closer to that, then like, and then I'll know.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are like grinding away, and like you're working on this stuff, and you guys got a bunch of different things going on that you're like, I'm sure things get scattered around in your brain,
Oh, totally, yeah. But it's
all the time.
I'm always like, it's like like if something's a little far away, it's like okay, we'll worry about it when we get to that point and get a little closer. I'm like okay, and then once like I said, once the album's out, then I'll be able to like just go from the top to bottom. I can tell you all the order of it, but I always just forget sometimes, just because But
lots of stuff going on.
Yeah.
I got a hard left turn for you. Ready? Who's Silver Fox?
Damn. I got one through the sugar free like that. Damn.
If a bitch standing outside of she house, Danny. Goddamn.
Like that's my reaction.
Well, goddamn.
So shoot, man. Silver Fox.
Take us back a ways, dude.
So let's go back to this. So
2020.
Maybe a little. Oh fuck, I don't know.
2021,
maybe 2020 or 2021.
Yeah.
All I remember is that it's a nice sunny day. You were not at the shop. No. So anyways, this is when I was working for Evan at his old shop, and I was with and I was with a few other people. I think Allie was there, and yeah. Anyway, so I remember I think Kristen was there too. Anyway, so I'm there and I'm working the register, and then Oh wait, no, sorry. No, I'm sorry. I got crossed up. I was thinking of something totally different. Okay, so
What were you thinking?
I was thinking of like I think it's someone that like the woman that came in and she was kind of acting a little strange. Yeah, sorry. I don't, yeah. But yeah, sorry. I don't want to give names. Or I don't want I was thinking of that. So okay,
Yeah, no.
whole different lineup. It was just
Still
lineup. It was like it was me and Abby only working. And it was like, yeah. And it was again a sunny day.
Yeah.
And from what I remember, so let me jog my memory. So this person, Silver Fox,
No real fucking name.
yeah,
With a name,
never got a
named Silver Fox.
Yeah, and she like elderly woman, and she comes in. I'm working the register. Tabby's on bar, and I don't really remember exactly. Like, she asked for like a hot coffee. I think just like a house cup, and
Yeah.
like
And this is like peak COVID time, so it was like everyone had a mask on.
yeah,
People were just kind of posted up. Like you couldn't really drink anything inside, but people would come in and you're like, hey, you can't stand around and drink your stuff here, but you gotta go. But she would come in.
I remember. Okay, so now that you said mask, that kind of reminded me
Yeah.
of. So I think that she came in, she had her mask on, and then like whatever, and she like took it off. She's like, I hate wearing these or something. I was like, okay. And then so she's talking to us, whatever, and then she's like starts talking. Oh, she sees one of my tattoos or something. She sees one of my tattoos, or maybe she sees one of my tattoos.
Yeah.
And she's like, I have a tattoo. And then she like shows like whatever tattoo she had like on her arm.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's like, is that weird? Like, is that weird that, I'm an older person and I have a tattoo? And she's like doing like the whole face scrunch thing. I'm just like I'm looking at tabbing, like, I do not know what this
Lady, you're freaking us out.
Yeah. Lady,
That's like scared us.
and then so she's talking. So then she kind of moseys over to like Tabby, and she's on the other side. She's on bar, with the espresso machine. And then so Silver Fox is like talking to her, and somehow they start talking about the protests that were happening at that time.
Yeah.
And then she brings it back. She's like, well, I was part of the civil rights movement, and and like I protested, and those were way crazier than now. Or like she was just kind of like doing some weird comparison to it, and Tabby just like and then like I don't really know what to tell you, like whatever.
Yeah.
And then the only thing that I remember from that interaction is that she tried to invite us to.
She lured you. She attempted to lure you with that.
Attempted to lure. Yeah, I was gonna say she did not lure us.
She attempted to lure you.
It wasn't successful, but the attempt to lure.
She attempted to lure you with teasers.
And
teasing you.
She tried to lure me and Tabby to a business, and
a redacted
business that it was a somewhat of a fancy restaurant, and she wanted to invite us for appetizers and drinks. And I think Tabby was just saying some bullshit. She was like, oh, I can't like I gotta study or out of some shit. And I was just like, yeah, I don't know. And then like we just played it off, and then yeah.
And every Thursday she would come in when you were working with Tabby. She would lure you guys in with appetizers and wine, and Tabby wasn't even able to drink at that time. She wasn't even.
Was it really? I don't know. I feel like Tabby.
She probably was old enough. She probably just lied to her.
Yeah. I think one of her excuses was that, but I think Tabby, because Tabby was, I think, at that point, because Tabby's only like a couple years younger than me, right, or something.
Yeah, she's
okay. Yeah, so then. Yeah,
she's like, I'm only $20 for 20. She's got to be that.
Okay,
she probably just lied. She's probably just like, I don't want to go in this late.
Yeah, I think it was just like
creepy old lady. I don't want to go eat calamari and drink Cabernet with you.
This random old lady. Yeah. So and I don't even remember what I said. I was probably just like, oh, I got some things I got to do or something, some bullshit. I'm trying to remember what. Oh, you know what? And then also, this was a different time. She left a notebook at the shop.
What?
She left a notebook there.
Like a personal notebook?
Like a personal notebook. And we did. And I feel okay with saying that because it's just like I don't think that Silver Fox will ever
She died. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, I was like,
I'm just kidding.
oh my God, man.
I don't know. I haven't seen this lady
Well,
since then.
either way,
I'm just sorry she's dead though.
Jesus. Either way, I know the act of looking at someone's personal thing
Yeah.
is bad. However,
Yeah.
in this case, it's, she left the notebooks. Whoever I was working with, I think yeah, whatever. I was
Gotta read it.
and someone was like, yo, she left this thing, like, let's read it. And I was like, okay. So we're looking through it. And dude, there was one thing on one page and she wrote it in big letters and she like X'd it out.
Yeah.
And it was like something, oh my God, it was like something like really like nuts. It was like something, it was like
a bold claim.
it was like the phones are connected to something, and it was like, but they were like written like, it was written very big on, like, she took up the whole page to write that.
Fuck.
And then she like X'd it out. And she was like, the phones are connected to like the mainframe or something. And I was like,
what
the fuck? And then like other shit was just like little notes here and there. Just
this lady was like, she was the type of person that would tell you like, I had sex with MLK, and you'd be like, all right, lady, like no one believes you.
yeah. What was it? What was it? Grandma's voice like, what's Dave Charlie Chaplin hand job?
Well, we lost both audio and video, but we wrapped it up shortly after. I know I make fun of fucking robots, but this is AI. I know I'm a hypocrite. Fuck you. If you want to see the horrific drawing of Cody, visit our Instagram page and check out their band Drain831 on Instagram and check out their music on Spotify. Buy the album and support the boys. All right. Bye.